nervous? You excited? Yeah. You're all right.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution. Come on, step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution. That this battle I am never losing. I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these part-timers and their excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no I'll never settle what you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never loosen. My crew is ready to obtain the absolution, removing any doubt that we was ever fooling. Step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution. Come on, step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Still Token With, and we got an awesome show scheduled for you today. As always, my name is Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard. And Benjamin, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah. It was nice to have a week off from...
The week off?
Well, we had a week off from actually doing this, but man, were we fucking busy. Down in Norfolk, Virginia from Tidewater Horror Convention, man, running all the live panels. Leo... I mean, earlier I said I gave you a promotion, man. You're not the monkey no more, brother. You're the gorilla.
Gorilla
behind the keyboard. We gotta upgrade you because I don't know how you do it.
Well, the job you did over the weekend from getting all that shit out there, because it was kind of a fuck show that we had a ball with. Nice job. Appreciate it.
It's a team effort, you know. It's we all rocked it, and yeah. Speaking of that, Jeffrey, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. It's glad to be back home. I mean, you know,
for a few days.
For a couple of days, you know, back off on Saturday, back to Connecticut. At least it ain't freaking Virginia.
Where are we going?
We are going to the Connecticut Horror Fest in Naugatuck, Connecticut for Saturday. It's a one-day show. Come on out, pop in, say hi.
Get your tickets.
See us. Get your tickets. They got some cool, cool guests coming, and
we're going to be there.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about their listed guests. We're just, kind of going to be there.
I know.
Hey,
man, it's all good. It's all good.
But that's a great show. I really enjoyed it the last time we were there. So, come on out, Naugatuck, Connecticut. I think it runs from 11 to 7 on Saturday.
That's southwestern Connecticut, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's right outside of like Waterbury.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right near Waterbury.
But anyways, that's not what we're here for.
No.
Oh, look at that. I put my hands up. I got all excited. You took the camera off. Dude, now I'm just all regular and shit.
How'd you get excited when your hands were up?
Because I'm unlike you. My hands don't have to be down for me to get excited. Dude, man, we got a killer show tonight. We have two of Michigan's top growers, amongst other things. You've seen them on our network. You've seen them on our channels. They run the Grow Big or Go Home show. I mean, Amber Lalanna and TwizTD RootZ from MichiGanjA MisFiTZ. Leo, you got to unmute their mic, brother.
There
you go.
What's up, MisFiTZ? What's happening? Great to be here today. Trying to share this out to everybody.
We got to make sure all our misfits are invited, right?
Right. I'm TwizTD RootZ. This is my lovely co-host, Amber Lalanna.
Hello, otherwise known as Hippie Witch.
Hippie Witch.
So, yeah, I mean, for all y'all watching on the YouTube side of things, I'm pretty sure if you're commenting, we should be able to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. If not, well, then find one of the links that you can fucking comment on and go comment on it.
We like the comments.
Yeah, come on in and show some support.
Yeah, I linked into 2 YouTube, so we should be able to see any YouTube comments that come in.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We are honored to be here.
Too.
So happy.
Thank you for letting us join your network and inviting us on. That's a great honor for sure.
Well, it's not honor for us because you guys are killing it. You're love your content, love everything you do, love your attitudes. You just rocking it all along.
Thank you.
Right. It's all about, like we said, it's all about building that team, and you guys got great content on all your shows because you do more than just the Grow Big or Go Home show. So we're gonna get into a little bit about that as we go through the show tonight.
Quite a few.
But I mean, we're honored to have you all on the network, and bringing cannabis to the forefront.
To the forefront. Cannabis.
Somebody's a little excited.
We're talking about cannabis.
We're talking about cannabis. Cannabis and horror movies and shit.
Man.
Right?
What else is there? Wait for that zombie apocalypse. You guys hear about the CDC putting out the zombie apocalypse warnings?
Oh, shit. Did you get that email, Jeff?
What email?
Did you get the
Which
email
one?
from Tammy?
Yes, I did.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
What did I miss?
Bunch of fucking asshats.
Somebody's putting a TV series together using the vaccine, the Pfizer and all those vaccines. When you're getting the vaccine after the second one and you get the booster, you start turning into a fucking zombie.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's the disclosure. That's what's coming down the road. 2030.
They're just telling you what's going to happen.
Exactly.
See, Leo, and I told you, we loved you. You got vaccinated. Now I'm going to try to figure out how the fuck I'm going to save you. We're going to get you high. That's how.
That's right.
How. Leo, welcome to the community.
It's perfect. We know 2 zombie killing stoners. You know,
For real. We can get our training in right.
Right? See?
Absolutely.
And we even have the perfect weapon all red.
I know, like for real.
That's hell with that, man.
That is a killer, no pun intended.
I'm just gonna put a put a cattle fucking ram on the front of my truck and just run them over.
Yeah.
I ain't sharing my weed with dead people.
Right? We got the Z weed. It's the Z weed.
The Z weed.
The Z weed.
So
cheers, Sun Girl.
Cheers.
So tell all these stoners out there that are watching, or actually everybody that's watching, tell them a little bit about MichiGanjA MisFiTZ.
What, Amber, you want to start?
Oh, you start, honey. You start.
All right, so MichiGanjA MisFiTZ is a crew. We started up here in Michigan. I'm originally from Ohio, but because cannabis is illegal out there, well, it's legal now, but you know how it goes. I wanted to move somewhere where I could grow cannabis and I wouldn't have to work. So I got hurt and stuff. I'm a military man and wanted to grow cannabis. So I'm like, yo, Michigan, I can grow cannabis and not have to work because I get military benefits. So when I moved here, I noticed from an illegal state, so illegal that you got to hide everything. You can't even have a speck of weed on you. You're getting in trouble. So when I moved here, it was so open and free. And then we had rec legalization. So I'm like, it was so weird trying to find a grow buddy. I'm like, where's all the growers at? So I'm like, man, we need to start a crew to get people to come out of the woodwork. So I'm like, it's legal here. We need to put some stuff together, get a crew going, have some events and stuff. So, we've been looking for like-minded people to get together. And it's not really a crew or anything like that. It's just a gang of people, a bunch of misfits coming together. Misfits Mafia, some people call us.
Misfits Worldwide, MichiGanjA Moffitt's. Misfits.
MichiGanjA MisFiTZ. There's misfits all over the world. We got misfits in New Zealand, Guam, Hawaii, all everywhere. And it's just an organization basically, or an organized thought process maybe, of just having people come together and do what we love to do. And it's all about, people who think out of the box differently. Like if you look up what a misfit is, it's people that have not the mainstream thought process, They
go against the grain. We're not followers. We just do our own damn thing. We may not be leaders even, but we just do our own damn thing. Yep. So, it's kind of that essence that we like to bring into the community, and that's the key word about it. Just with the Dorkening, we are a community, and we've adopted and coined a phrase, "Canna Dorks," because our communities have come together, and you know what? We
nerds and Canna Dorks
unite.
We nerds and Canna
Dorks, right?
Okay, so how do you spell that? How do you spell Canna Dork?
CANNA. DORZ. Don't forget about
DORKZ.
KZ.
And we got the dork from the Dorkening, of course.
You see Leo, right? You see what he's doing, right? You see how his head's turned? That he's already on GoDaddy and he's scooping that domain name and he's patenting that shit.
GoDaddy.
Wherever you go.
Google Domains is where it's at.
Oh, is that where you are? Google Domains?
Canna Dorks, baby. For real.
Dorks. We already got another homie in the community. Like we said, we're all about community, bringing people together. It wasn't just about Michigan. That's where I started, of course. And I wanted to bring all these Michigan people together. But then I'm like, well, if you're in a legal state and you're licensed or you're rec grow, bring yourself out, man. We want to see what you got, And that's why we started a couple different shows on that channel. One's the Grow Bigger, Go Home. We'll get into that in a little bit, I'm sure. And Do You Even Grow, Bro? So people can come and show off their grow. There's a lot of growers out there that still won't come out, show their grows, so they're able to send in videos to us, and then we can post them or put them on our show.
Ask questions if they're having problems with their grow. That's part of one of the things that we really pride ourselves kind of in this community and is teaching, is that education. Everybody grows differently. Everybody does things a little different, and it's always learning process. Anybody who thinks that they're an expert in anything out there needs to just relearn all over again, because you are never an expert in anything. But that's one of those things that we do on the Grow Big or Go Home show, as well as the Do You Even Grow Door show, is that, cannabis is new. It is new. And there's a lot of people out there, a lot of states out there that are just starting to get legalized that have no damn clue how to grow. Like, these people have no fucking clue. And,
surprisingly,
you would think that they, coming from people who do grow and who know how to grow, and at least me, I can't talk, is what I can't do. I'm a crazy.
She's so excited she can't even talk, folks.
I'm holding her medicine.
I'm a crazy lady. So, I know how to grow, maybe not cannabis until this year or last, but it's amazing when you know and realize that how many people are out there that need the help, that need the know-how, that need the education. And that's kind of one of those things that we really try to put forth. And that's all of everybody in the community does that as well. When they make their videos that we showcase, they teach in those videos. We want them to teach. That's kind of our premise, if you will.
Yeah. A lot of people have questions, problems, and it blows my mind that there's still so many people out there that don't know how to grow cannabis, or just don't know what to do. They don't know what NPK is, or lights, what all these different things are. Why it blows my mind is because there's YouTube and these different platforms that we have, that there's, like, now that I'm in the cannabis community and she's in, we see it. Like, we see all the information out there. Bro, when I was in Ohio, there's no way I would ever look up anything like that on the internet. I thought you would get black flagged and CIA people were coming and kicking down your door. That's how scared they made you in Ohio to even have cannabis or even research. It was like the anarchist cookbook kind of thing, so never touched it until I came to Michigan, and I was just looking up how to DIY an air conditioner. The swamp cooler. You ever see a swamp cooler? So I was looking up that for my grow room, and I ran into Pedro Grows, and I was like, what? Wait, there's all these, they're on YouTube growing weed? Whoa! And then you enter this whole world of cannabis. So
he is still a kid in the candy store.
I'm that kid smoking a joint in the basement, hiding, reading 420 magazine, going, oh man, I want to do that when I get older, man. That looks so cool. Then I joined the military, and they don't like that stuff. So
now's his chance.
Now it's our chance.
Our chance.
Everybody his chance.
The first plant that me and my wife ever grew was purely by accident. It grew in the rug in the back seat of the Pinto.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Because the floorboards were rotted through.
Yep.
So the rug was always wet.
Yep.
And the seed germinated, and it grew a plant. It got about 4 inches tall. But that was the very first cannabis plant that I ever grew.
Now that is a story.
That is a story. That's like the Pinto cannabis plant. I mean, you should have named it Beaner.
Beaner.
Right?
Pinto bean.
The Pinto bean.
That's cool.
I mean, it finally got stomped on by somebody, but whatever,
Hey man, I'll give you a ride. Watch the plant.
Watch the plant.
Right?
Ask cash or grass. Well, I found some weed in the back seat. Don't touch
Does
that.
count?
It's the hardest time.
It's just a good thing the Pinto had a sunroof.
Right? It got some
That's
sun.
why it germinated.
Right?
That's why it got 4.
Shout out to old cars with rotted out floorboards. Jeez, I mean, I was a little kid, but I still remember that stuff, man. I still remember holding your feet up or putting your feet to the side. Your mom's like, don't move the floor mat. You'll fall through.
Right?
I grew up on a farm, and it was just, we had an old dump truck that had, the rotten out, front seat. And, back then nobody cared, just driving down the road. My dad will say, hey, hop on the back, and it's
Right.
different times,
Well, back then, I mean, your father would be like, just pile everybody in the bed of the truck. Just watch them for the center. It's rotted.
Yeah.
And drive your ass down the highway.
There was a time I remember we went logging, and we had a cord of wood in a dump truck, and it was a bunch of people that helped us. So they're in the front seat. There's no room for us kids, so we're on top of the wood, and in the back of the dump truck going down the highway.
Wait a minute. You were riding wood?
Right?
That was too much information, Leo.
Dude,
You're gonna take that from him, Leo?
Of course I am. Of course I.
Of course, he's gonna take that wood.
He didn't. He didn't have anything quick enough to come back with.
All right. A question for Leo. What are you drinking tonight?
Rum and Coke, and I made it extra strong.
And how far through the glass are you?
About a quarter of the way.
That's why he wasn't quick enough. Couple more sips, and he's on it.
Right?
Hey yo,
What's up, Pops?
Cheers,
yeah, I
Pop.
just realized during our live panel, the question or the comment that came in, I can't remember what panel we were doing. It was, hey yo. Me and Jeff were like, hey yo.
Hey yo, yeah.
It was Pops.
Yeah, it was Pops.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
So sun grown 707 afternoon weed nerds.
Yeah, sun grown.
Good afternoon.
Cool. I know there's more people watching on YouTube and shit. Y'all just
Oh yeah,
I mean,
we got a good group watching. So if you have
what's the matter?
questions,
Your hands can't get to the keyboard. Oh wait,
Yeah.
they're rolling. They're still rolling and packing.
They're there.
My bad.
No.
My
You
bad.
gotta prep for the show, you know?
Yep.
But I am going to put this out there. I'm going to put this out there real quick. Our show is a lot shorter than the Grow Big or Go Home show. It's not 2.5 hours. Ours
I
is
know.
like an hour and 10 minutes, folks. So pack that shit fast and get in here.
Pack it in there.
We gotta let
Hey,
you guys get our questions out so we
Yeah.
don't overtalk you.
We're trying to get that show shorter, but in the beginning I talk too much, and then I look up and I'm like, shit.
it will come in time. When I first started, our shows were 4 hours long.
Okay, we don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Well, mine can be too. Ours can be 4 to 5 hours sometimes.
Well, back then it was if you had a live stream at 4 hours, YouTube would shut you off.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's aging himself.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Don't let him fool you guys, man. He's almost, I think he's only a couple years younger than me, and I'm the one with all the damn gray hair.
Yeah. Totally.
But what's that? Because, what did they say? Gingers have no soul, right? That's why your hair doesn't change.
It changes. It goes white, but it's slowly going white.
Pygmies.
It comes out in the beard, not the head.
If Facebook shuts you down at 8 hours.
Oh,
Leave
wow.
the Pops to run 8 hours.
Right.
Gorilla Glue and lemongrass, the day choices.
Hell
We're
yeah.
smoking 22.
Pure
So
22.
tell us a little bit about Grow Big or Go Home. I know you touched a little bit, but expand on that just a little bit more for the people that haven't been able to catch the show on the network.
All right, so the Grow Big or Go Home show is basically set up so there's all these people. When I first started growing out in the backyard, I'm not the biggest guy out there, you know what I mean? But I started growing some hefty sized plants, and people were like, dude, you live way up north. Like, we're way up north in Alpena, Michigan. It's generally cold up here. We don't have that great of a season. It's super humidity. There's like 90% humidity or 98% humidity all the time. Lots of bugs. So people are like, how are you accomplishing this? And then I was like, it's really not easy. I have all kinds of instructional videos, and they're like, what? So I'm like, here, how about this? And then it was the Cali people. The Cali people pushed me into it. See, all those Cali growers, they're like, I can outgrow you, TwizTD RootZ. And I was like, you think so? You think you can outgrow the MichiGanjA MisFiTZ?
Do not challenge an Aries to anything.
That's right. So that's where it all kind of boiled up into. It was a challenge from Cali, and that's what it's been since then. It's Michigan versus Cali, trying to outgrow each other, and we're trying to get bigger and bigger. There's some big dogs out there like Mendo Dope growing 10-foot ganja trees, 25 pounds a plant. We're pushing 10 pounders up in Michigan. That's pretty, on average, that's an average size for a really decent outdoor grower. 25 pounders that's a big one.
That's gold.
He literally was like a kid in a candy store when he said, he was like, that's a big one.
I told you.
That's a big plant. Most people, their whole harvest will be 25 pounds.
25 pounds on a plant,
bro. A plant,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. So Cali's just got the season and weather, but the whole idea was to prove that not only Michigan people can grow like California can grow, that everybody across the whole damn globe can actually grow a big plant. It doesn't have to be small. It doesn't have to get hit by the weather. And that's another part of it. Bringing the community together, Okay, so this is literally what this show has done. Brought a brand new grower, not me, other people, tons of them, brought brand new growers out in the spotlight, and with doubt of I can't do this. I don't even know why I'm here. You can hear them in the first couple of videos. I don't know why I'm here. I'm just doing it in community love, you know, and that's what it's about. All about community and teaching, because we have some awesome growers in there, and they teach everything they do so that everybody can adapt and apply these skills to their grow. And we've seen new growers growing, you know, normally growing crappy little plants or something like that. And this year, boom, huge plants bigger than them, outgrew their space, giant buds. And they're like, dude, I did it. And I'm like, yeah. And that's what it's about. Yeah. You know,
it's so
helping them prove to themselves, basically, that they can do it. They have the skills. They have the knowledge. If it's needed, it's there.
It's provided for them. Exactly.
Right. Now, don't certain strains do better in different climates?
Absolutely, and that's the whole part of the Grow Big or Go Home challenge. See, you have the new growers come in, and you know they do their thing, and it's all fun and games and stuff. That's what it is, fun and games. We talk crap to each other.
We love the banter. That's
right.
Bit, you know,
talk crap.
Community love, community tough love.
It's also about knowing your ganja. Yeah. See, you have to know what strain you pick. Most people go for the indicas because that's what they like. They throw it in competition and it don't do nothing. It's a fizzle flop, you know, a common fizzle flops or whatever. Other people get those sativas. They grow big as hell, but they don't finish. So they're disqualified. You know, there's always disqualifications. So it's all about knowing your strain, knowing how much your stretch is going to be, because these other guys, they'll grow a humongous plant, huge. But then they'll only have 100% or less of a stretch during the transition to flower, where the other guys got this medium-sized plant, a 400% stretch, and now they have a bigger plant than that guy that's had a huge plant all season. You know, so that's the whole thing about it. It's about the competition, the community, the knowledge, and the knowing what you're doing.
Knowing your grow and all the problems that you get in the process of growing, because you know this is an outdoor grow challenge. So all these people are outdoors. So with outdoor growing, you get the elements, of course. You get the PM with the humidity, you get all of it. So it's on how you dealt with it. You know, knowing how you do to grow is knowing how to deal with the problems that you get, not just giving up when you get them.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that is a very teachable thing on our show as well.
And we don't let people give up. We've had stalk rot issues on people. We have dudes losing whole halves of trees right now. You know, and it's like, let's see what you got. You know, can you fix it? If you can't, what decision are you gonna make to save that plant or the rest of your garden? And that's what it's all about, because a lot of these people, they won't sacrifice. And if you have a problem with your plant, you better go in there like Jason. What? And fucking cut that shit down. Jason Voorhees, and start cutting that shit down with a machete or chainsaw or whatever. And you know, it's about sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to sacrifice that plant for the greater good of the rest of the plant or the medicine, you know, of your whole garden. So it's fun to watch people, you know, get into these situations and make that hard decision. It's like an executive decision. You know, nobody wants to cut their plant down. Nobody even wants to grow a plant and harvest it. It's just so pretty. It's like, oh, can't we just keep you there in time forever? You know, right. But we're eventually have to, and then people are sometimes forced to destroy plants and cut them down and cut them up because of different various reasons. And it's important for other people to see that, I think. You know, we all think that because it gives people not hope, but like kind of gives them the balls to go do it themselves. Where they're looking, because there's people out there that are looking at their plants and they see like the problems that various people might show or we might show. They're seeing way worse things than that. And they're just not talking. Oh, here, sorry. They're just not talking about it, you know. They're just not talking about their problems. But then when they see other people handle them, conquer it, fix that problem or just cut it out of there in what they do, they take action. You know, they'll go out in their garden and be like, oh, I can do this. I got this. I just cut it out. Okay, cool. And then, you know, a lot of times the plant is still usable for other things sometimes, you know what I mean? Whether it's, hopefully it's not diseased or anything like that, but you know, if it's premature, it's still usable.
Cheers, Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon.
You're making me hungry, man.
Right.
I just want to break in real quick. We got a bunch of people watching, so if you want to learn more about MichiGanjA MisFiTZ, we have a ton of show left, but definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. So you have the links to where to find them if you have questions of your own. But if you have questions, post them now in the comments, and we'll get to them.
And remember, you can always find them here on the network.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:20 Eastern time.
Right. Before we get before we let Twisted talk anymore, because he'll talk for another 25 minutes before. Leo, hit the commercial break real quick.
Okay. Which one's am I playing?
I don't know. What do we got?
I love it.
Play Prospector and
2021 new tour.
No, because I haven't changed it. 2 of those dates are already done.
Jeez. Okay.
And we added one.
Okay, I'll do Deadly and Prospect. How about that?
Oh, you can do Prospect in the trailer.
Prospect in the trailer. There we go. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna hit the button. You know,
just hit the right one.
I'm gonna hit the right one.
Which is usually the left one.
Go, Gorilla, go!
Did you know around 83% of Americans with disabilities are unemployed? We are changing that. The Prospector Theater is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to providing competitive and integrated employment for adults with disabilities through the operation of a first-run movie theater in Ridgefield, Connecticut. We greet, seat, and treat our audiences to the best, most accessible movie-going experience in the world. Hollywood blockbusters, delicious gourmet popcorn, and one-of-a-kind pink glove service. Join us for a movie and see our sparkle in action. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit www.prospectortheater.org.
And you can find more information about Prospector in the show notes, but also if you want to support the guys, you know, I'm just going to hit the button.
Just hit the button.
I'm hitting the button. Here it is.
If your world was turned upside down, what would you do?
What the fuck are we gonna do now? Get high.
We are the watching. We are the waiting. We are the remnant host of vengeful souls forsaken. We'll show no mercy. We'll show no kindness. We'll strip your flesh and leave forgotten bones behind us. We are the uninvited. Promote us if you dare. We would be so delighted. We are the uninvited. Promote us if you dare. We would be so delighted for the chance to find you in despair. We are the uninvited. Promote us if you dare. We would be so delighted for the chance to find you in despair. Despair. You're often in despair.
It was more fun that way.
And you can find the link for that in the show notes up above or down below. And I made,
You seemed a little stumped there for a second.
I made this way too strong.
Yeah. So yeah. But real quick before we go too much further, if you weren't able to catch all our live streams from Norfolk this past weekend with our great interviews, we had a huge announcement come out. Right, Jeff?
Yes, we did.
Things got hot.
Things got saucy.
They got hot and saucy.
They got hot and saucy.
Leo, I think you might have. I think I sent Leo a picture.
You told me to link, not the picture. What the hell?
All right, I want some.
Oh, the link's good too, but you can bring the picture up.
They got hot sauce.
Yes. You good guess. See, Stoners got it. That's right, man.
Dude, this is cool.
What?
We got our own brand of hot sauce out now, folks. It's called
Hell yeah.
It's called Erotic Fever.
Oh my god. So when you're ready for the infusion, you know where to go.
We'll talk.
Wow, how cool.
That is amazing.
Yep, that is out. The link that Leo put in the show notes is a link to the affiliates page on our website. Right now, it's only available through Silk City Hot Sauce. But go to the affiliates link. It'll tell you how to get it. Use the code that we supplied. You'll get the discount. And it's not just our hot sauce, man. That discount applies for all the hot sauces on the entire website.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
And if you're in Connecticut this coming Saturday, we will have some available.
Yes, we will. We'll even have bottles with the back labels on them. Well, he was in such a hurry to get it out to us. He was supposed to come down to Virginia, and long story short, couldn't make it. Family issues. So he overnighted a case of hot sauce to us down in Virginia. I'm in the panel room. I come out of the panel room. Jeff's holding his hands like this. It's covered in hot sauce. I'm like, really? He's like, one of the bottles broke. Good. He's like, it's really good. I was like, yeah, but they didn't have the back label. So time somebody said, well, what kind of hot sauce is it? We were like, it's a fire roasted red pepper hot sauce with a splash of ghost and some maple for sweetness.
Ooh.
So,
That's that seductive thing, that maple.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a nice medium to touching hot. So
Spicy.
it's just fucking right.
Have you even tasted it, Ben? Because it is touching hot a little bit more than the medium.
The spicy.
Yeah, it was supposed to.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's supposed to. But it's not like, holy shit. Whew.
Oh yeah, no.
Where's the bread? So it's tolerable. That's where I was going with that. And it didn't give me fucking heartburn, so that's even better.
That is awesome.
That's
Very
really
awesome.
good. Yeah. Absolutely.
No pops. Bill will sign your book when we get to see Bill. Bill was not in Virginia.
Family Outcast, thanks for
Good to
joining
see you.
us.
Thank you.
Didn't forget though.
No, we didn't
Right.
forget.
But back to the show.
Yeah, back to the show.
Super cool.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. You were going to say something. I'm sorry.
It was.
Yeah, you said we didn't forget, and I said, and back to the show.
Oh well, we're going to see Bill for the next 2 Saturdays.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are.
Yeah, because he's coming to Connecticut to see us at Connecticut Horror Fest, and shameless plug, he'll be at the fundraiser that I'm doing on September 26th.
Right.
You know, so if you're in the area, and just go to my Facebook page or the Toking Dead Facebook page, look at the events. Come on out to the fundraiser; it's for a good cause, and there's some awesome shit being given away. So raffled away.
There you go. All right, back to the show. Oh, hey, hell yeah! Hold on, y'all. You guys need to stand up for a second. Stand up! I just caught that. No, I didn't say I want to see your butt. But you guys got some swag.
Oh yeah.
When did you get the swag?
So we made these all these shirts earlier, a couple days ago actually. We're trying to get the t-shirt game going on because there's a lot of different parts about cannabis that are not legal, for shipping purposes and stuff like that.
Right.
So you can go all different kinds of other routes, like making t-shirts. So we got all the cool stuff to make t-shirts and sublimation and print out hats and
nice.
All that stuff. So what these are the cheap iron-on stuff that comes with it all when you first buy it all. So we were like, while we were setting up all the other stuff, we're like, hey, let's test it out and just play around because, I don't want this. So this stuff ain't going out, right?
Right.
Like the pro stuff going out only. But with these, we wanted to just check out some designs and different things and how to center them and, you know, just playing around. So we made a whole bunch of shirts for our different various shows and our little logos that Miss Hippie Witch made over here. She's really the graphics design person on the computer. I just go, yeah, I like that. No, I don't like that. I like that one. You know, so
very cool, very cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we made these shirts, MichiGanjA MisFiTZ, and what we do is we have a site. What's our site, baby?
twinflamefarms.com. Farms is with a Z.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things on twinflamefarms.com, how we grow, the products that we supply. The t-shirts are not on there yet because it's always a work in progress.
Yep.
But
we just got into this. And once we do, though, we're gonna have like our own kind of designs, and then it's also gonna be, you know, you pick your design. So if you got a picture of your dog that died, you send it to us. We'll slap it on a t-shirt, send it back to you with other cool things. Yeah,
we're gonna be able to do stuff for you.
Very cool.
How you wink?
To dork out a little bit, what kind of printer did you get for the dye sublimation?
I got the Epson 4700 and just transferred it.
Yeah.
Very cool. And and that uses a heat press to release the.
Yes.
We got a heat press over here on the side. It's a swivel heat press, and I've got a Cricut for cutting.
Absolutely.
And
Now in the future, I would like to go. There's another machine that's a sublimation where you stick the t-shirt right on this thing and it sucks it in the computer and it goes but that's $5,000.
Yeah.
It goes pew, 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 pew.
Yep. I actually looked into those.
Yeah.
Leo, you got to be louder than us.
No, I was just gonna. I used to work for a t-shirt company, and we had one. And the earlier ones, the problem is it didn't print white. The newer ones do, but again, they're wicked expensive.
Yep.
But dye sublimation. The one problem with the directed garment though is you're always going to get the best quality is always going to be screen print.
Yeah.
But that's obviously a longer process, and you need larger equipment.
Much. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and depending on how many heads and everything you want, but dye sublimation, from what I understand, it's the ink. When you get it up to a certain temperature, it releases a gas and it like bonds with the.
Melts right in there.
Yeah.
It transfers itself. It turns it's like from the solid or the liquid state to the gas state, and it's solidifies onto the shirt.
Yeah.
So it's like literally that
So that's
whatever is in there.
Epson 4700, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's the best one we could find that we could afford.
I'm totally geeking and dorking out on the shirt that you got hanging behind you, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one that I got a couple years ago from you guys, your OG tees.
We wanted to put all the comics up too. Like we have them like all put away, like in between cardboard and shit.
Oh no, I have mine on the shelf over there.
Oh,
I got them all,
I
baby.
keep mine in cardboard.
I still have them though.
It's signed and stuff.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Like I thought I was cool, and then she comes here. She's been here for about a year. Amber comes here and she's like, "Oh, look at all mine." I was like, "Damn, where did you get all those?" Oh yeah.
I'm like, cool. You got those? Okay.
Yep.
No.
Back to the t-shirts, though, what I really like about the sublimation, though, is, I don't know if screen printing is the same. I don't know a whole lot about screen printing. I've only done that once, a long time ago. But with sublimation, you can literally take a picture, like this picture right here. We could take that picture, put it through the machine, print it out, and put that on the t-shirt. Boom. That's what's really cool.
It's almost like a 4-color process.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is 4 colors making every color. I'm like, how does that happen? Like, holy crap.
The only bummer about sublimation is that it has to be on like 40+% polyester.
Yeah.
And you really can only do it on white. Like, that's really the only color.
You can
do it on lighter
on
colors.
Other colors, but see how this one turned out?
Through. The thing is that if you have one color of sublimation and you have a different color of t-shirt, it's not going to be the true color of the sublimation because that color of the t-shirt is going
it's just going to be darker.
Yeah. So you got to be aware of that.
Just like hers is a little bit gray.
Yeah.
So with the dry cut, you can also get the t-shirt material for that as well. If it's, it's going to be one color, but it's a material that it's an iron-on,
Yes.
material.
Yeah, these were actually these were our first ones. These are our practice ones.
Yeah.
These are just iron-on.
These are the real
transfer papers.
Yeah.
But we're going to be doing the whole, vinyl.
I really like to play with vinyl. That's how I made the MichiGanjA MisFiTZ shirts and stuff. And it's like layers of vinyl on top of each other, and it's on a wick shirt. Like I forget what actually the shirt's called, but it's like everyone at the Cup in 2019, they were dying of heat stroke. Everyone was soaking wet, sweating. And I was dry as a bone because my shirt was like soaking everything up and evaporating. And I was like, this is great, man. So, I really like to mess with the vinyl. It's pretty fun. And then they got all these cool ones like puffy paints and metallic ones and holographic.
Like, you're going to get all
shiny.
80s with this shit.
I don't know if you can see it, but I have I got a vinyl cutter back there as well.
Oh, see, that's the big one I was telling you about.
Shit right there.
Yep, that's what now we have a Cricut, of course, because it could do a whole bunch of different things, but it'll do that same thing. But yeah, that's the good one. That's the one I use to make the MichiGanjA MisFiTZ. Not that one, but one just like that. Yeah, those are cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun to work with.
So the whole premise of that whole 10-minute story, folks, was that it doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether it's entertainment or horror or Comic-Cons or cannabis or, any one of the others. We're all fucking nerds and geeks inside in one way or another. It's a huge community, man. It's a huge community.
Huge community. Who didn't grow up reading a comic book or playing, some kind of crazy toy game, my dad calls them dolls. Stop playing with your dolls. I'm like, these are guys, these are figures. I got G.I. Joes, grew up, comics, cartoons, superheroes. I was Superman every year for Halloween,
Right?
So we're all hidden dorks and nerds.
My mom dressed me as a witch every year for
How
Halloween.
ironic.
Do you think that was a manifestation of some sort?
Family Outcast says, not me. No, I'm sure you are. In one form or another.
Everybody's a dork in their own way,
Right?
There's No You Grow. Thanks for coming in.
No You Grow.
There's a mister right there. He's in the Grow Big or Go Home show, and that man can grow.
Yeah.
Nice. I actually have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I do, because I do a little small grow under my basement stairs, believe it or not. I built a little grow room underneath there.
Hell yeah.
It's basically 3x3. Am I better off trying to grow, because I've been growing 2 plants in it? Should I just grow 1 to give it more room?
Well, it really all depends. You know what I'm saying?
I knew you were going to say something fucking like that.
I'm going to tell you why, though. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why it depends.
5 reasons. Okay, go.
Well, it depends on your light, right? Your environment's like super important. So it depends on what wattage light you have. If you only have like a 300 and you got 2 in there, you might not have enough lighting for those 2 plants.
Right. It's a 450 LED.
Oh, okay, good. You're rocking it pretty well. So you might be able to put 2 in there decent size. Now, if you really want to get crazy with it, that's why it depends. Depends on how you're growing it even. If you're growing it just like a straight Christmas tree, it turns into bud, you're flipping it after it gets a foot, and then, you get your bud out of it, and then it's got this, internoding spacing is kind of spaced out and stuff, then you're not going to need as much light. But if you have a well-trained out plant, super top, like, 50 tops or something like that on it, you don't have great light penetration there, which means you either want to up your light, get a better light, like a higher wattage. I like 1,000 watts, or simply just take a plant away and grow 1 plant bigger. You know what I mean? More into that space where that second one is. It all really depends on your lighting and how your strain that you're growing, of course, and how you're growing that strain.
Well, I tend to pull them down and bend them down so that it'll get wider, and then they curve themselves back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the last one had 32 or 33 heads on it.
Ah, nice. There you go. See?
Nice.
But if it's working for you, how are the buds forming? You know, it's a 3 by what?
3 by 3.
Oh, okay. I was thinking 3 by 2 for some reason.
No, it's a 3 by 3.
Okay, you got a square. That's we breed in these tents and we cram them full of like 10, 15 plants, bro. You know.
Okay, all right.
I breed in 3 by 3 tents or 3 by 2 tents downstairs. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. So I thought you were talking about a thinner space, but longer, right? So then there I would only put 2 in, but you're talking about square space. Now we're talking. I would put 4 in there. You know, you could probably fit 4 plants, but it depends on also what I was saying, how big you get them. You know, some people will have, say, a 10-gallon pot or a 5-gallon pot, and then the plant's in the center, and then it'll grow to that size of that pot wide, and then they'll let it go vertical. That kind of sounds like what you're doing. Some people like me will go 3 feet past the pot, and the plant will be this damn wide, and you're jimmying in all the time, like trying to figure out where to put the damn thing, you know. So it really depends on how you're growing that plant.
Okay, and the strain makes a difference too.
The strain makes difference, and airflow is super important, especially in a small space.
Yeah. Well, I've got my fans inside. I've got the exhaust fan and all that kind of good stuff. So there's constant air movement.
That's very important. Yeah, you know. Your buds are turning out nice and they're decent, like fat, hard nugs, and it seem like anything's kind of lacking. Like you know, if your bud will tell you at the finish end, like if it was lacking something, like light.
Yeah, I know it's not. I know the lights. Yeah, the light's pretty good. The first couple of grows I did, the buds weren't so tight and packed. They were more like airy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the weed was still really good.
They was fluffy,
but it was they were like puffy buds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your strain.
Yeah, at the end too, puffy. It's very important. That's one thing we always teach is to blast them with that potassium or some kind of sugar. You know what I'm saying? So in the last few weeks of bud, it's the potassium goes up a bit.
Okay, is that where the molasses idea comes in?
Yeah, the molasses. Yeah, it's all sugars. You know, banana teas. You know,
okay.
This is great. You know, you just go to the store, get you some bananas, peel off the Chiquita sticker. I made this mistake one time. That's why I always say it. You throw it in a food processor, and then you simply make a tea. Now, some people will bubble that tea for a couple of days. Some people will ferment that tea for a month. I just simply grind them all up, put them in my bucket with water, stir it all up. Now you can filter it, but if you're outdoors, you can throw that banana goo mash right on your top. You know what I mean? I did it outdoors, and it's not too bad. You just are kind of inviting the fruit flies coming.
Well, I mean, I started growing because I could.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it gave me something to really kind of fuck around with and play around with besides myself. You know.
Well, you know, you gotta spread the love.
Right.
That was free weed for you.
Exactly.
Right.
And you know, it's awesome. That's really awesome because you don't know what you're doing until you try. And the first time it's like taking the plunge of anything. You just got to try it.
Like when I came here, I never really had to grow indoors. We were always growing in Ohio. You know, we grew indoors a few times because I was a horticulture guy, and they always got busted. But we were always kids, so I don't know how we never got in trouble. I look back now, me and my friends were like, how do we never? I mean, literally, cops came and raided, cut plants, took them out, dumped them out in the car. I was like, how did we never get in trouble for that? But it was always the parents that got in trouble.
Right.
Realize it. I mean, we never realized it, but like my buddy's dad was like mafia. So it was like, I honestly, I don't know how we ever got out of this trouble. We would get in trouble all the time. Every indoor we tried to do, like it got raided and someone narked on us, and it was crazy. But yeah,
I tried some outdoor, not this year, but the last couple of years. My problem is I'm not friggin' home enough during the summertime. I'm just not home enough. You know, I relied on my 85-year-old father-in-law to hopefully water my plants.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, the Jesus, that's to the marijuana.
Yeah. And what's cool is we use this grow system. What's the grow system called, baby?
You got me in the middle of coughing.
Right. So the grow system.
Bye, Jeff.
Jeff got a phone call. He'll be right back.
The grow system that we're using this year is Sonic Bloom. Now, I've been using it for 3 years, been teaching about the sonic culture and frequency. And that's our main thing over here at the farm is frequency growing. And it's designed for less water and poor soil conditions. So
we call it sonic culture. Also, it's also a page on our website.
Yeah,
but that's why I said it shows you how we grow, because we grow different naturally. We are different. We are misfits, and we use frequency to grow out here. We that's another kind of one of those. Do you even grow, bro, and grow big or go home? Everybody does things differently, and we pride ourselves on doing things very differently over here. We use frequency, we use crystals, we use magnetism, we use all of the natural things, organic things of the earth to help everything just vibrate and grow bigger in itself. And part of that is the sonic bloom and the sonic culture. Sonic culture is everything we use all together.
I was going to ask you about that, because I know watching one of your shows, I saw whatever it was out in the backyard, and I'm like, what in the fuck is that?
That's our tweeter box.
Yeah, sonic culture, baby. That's frequency. So plants actually grow better. They did this study at the University of Minnesota, Dr. Diane Carlson. And I was on this whole weed church studying, the Anunnaki and our origins and things like that. And I kept coming up with this frequency, and they brought this plant from Nibiru and planted it where weed was planted. In biblical times, it's all over the whole planet, written down that this is where the weed started from. And here it was recorded that they planted this thing, and their whole culture was frequency. Everything was this. And I was like, the pyramids are frequency. Everything was about energy and power. And so everyone's crying about 5G. I'm like, yo, my 5G powers my plants, bro. Like, what you talking about? They're like, you plants can't grow around your internet. I'm like, dude, my booster's right there, dude. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, we started teaching the frequency stuff. But yeah, that is it. And they studied it. When I researched more and more, everything I kept running into was these different people doing scientific studies, and they got granted up at the University of Michigan, and they actually found out that the plants grow the best between 19 and 30 hertz frequency. So they imply that frequency, they imply that frequency in tones, you know what I'm saying? So that will be in that's the straight frequency. You're supposed to play these like 15-minute increments in like on a schedule, right? But then they also will take that and put that within Bach and Beethoven and Mozart and in the background. Country music. You put that on as a undertone. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's there, but then there's other ones too, because everyone knows everyone talks about, hey man, my plants grow well with heavy metal. My plants grow great with jazz. My plants love that kind of. Well, it's all frequency. That's what it is. Right. Whatever that is.
Wait a second. How'd that go again?
You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And that's just how it goes, So, but it's all frequency. And that's what a lot of people, they don't even realize it. That's like she's teaching this meditation. People are like, I'm having problems meditating. I'm like, do you sleep? Do you ever stub your toe and go, you're meditating, you're focusing your brain and all your energy to that stuff. And, so we teach these different realizations that people don't realize that they're doing things. And when they don't realize they're using frequency to grow their plants, and they're like, wow, my plants really do grow better. You put a couple crystals or a couple crystalline rocks in your soil. You put magnets in your water. I mean, it's just mind blowing, but all the proofs out there, we've been proving it for 3 years. This is the 4th year. And now we actually got the whole system. Like before I had CDs and stuff, and I was using different offbeats because I was testing a lot of different things. Right, we got another guy that tests. He's got a stratosphere machine. You test all these electromagnetic things with seeds and plants, and oh man, it's a wild world. It's a whole new thing, and that's why it's beautiful because everyone else has got like, hey man, here's my bottle of stuff that I got from so and so company name, and you should buy this. And then everyone starts buying that, and then it's like this whole money monopoly thing where it's like everyone's buying this, grossest, and that's all everyone knows. But like we get back to the old ways, the witchy ways, where it's the actual Earth frequency, right? The Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. That's the Trinity in my world, right? The Earth, Moon, and the Sun. That magnetism, that power to grow all your stuff is like what it's all about. So we like to try to teach that stuff. But Know Your Grow has a very good point too. Getting back to your 3x3 space, you can actually, like I said, it was about how big you had to plant. You can grow many plants and split them faster. Like I said, if you grow for like a month until they show sex, so you can start them off right into a 12-12. So they'll only get a few 4 or 5, maybe 10 inches tall, and then go to flower, and then end up at maybe 1.5 feet, tall.
Now, is that just going to grow like one middle cola?
No, it'll grow like a little Christmas tree.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to try that.
Finished in flower, it'll look like, you can look up a lot of different, a lot of different, honestly, a bug on me, I hope. Unless she's telling me to shut up.
There was a skeeter on you, Peter.
Yeah,
skeeter. She whacked it off.
She whacked it off, dude. But yeah, it'll grow like a little Christmas tree. You can look up like auto flowers. I would send you some beans, but yeah, my shit would outgrow your house, bro. You'd have weed poking out of your freaking floorboards, your stairs. No, it's under the stairs, so poke it.
Yeah,
funny.
horror movie, The Cannabis Under the Stairs.
Yeah, we created a couple autos, but they get rather big. Now, maybe in the indoors, if you flip them fast, you might get them to be small.
There's a short film, The Cannabis Under the Stairs.
Yeah,
right.
Coming out.
Well,
right?
you weren't even on yet, Jeff, when Twisted came running in with these 2 monstrous fucking.
Oh, I saw him. No, I saw him.
Did you?
You got it, debut.
I was like,
yep. No, I saw.
He
him.
was singled out when you guys took the beverage break.
There's a whole tray of them sitting out there. I have to bring them in after the show.
Yeah.
I should go get them
then.
Maybe you should. I think you should go get them now.
Here, why don't you pass that over here?
So everybody can see them.
So everybody can take a good look-see.
Right? And see what's possible.
Yes, see what's possible. Now, these are actually premature. These could have gone probably another week or so. But,
they're on week 8. So this year we're going to do a wet trim. We have a Centurion Pro 2000. And we're going to do a wet trim. And these are only a few tops off of one plant.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but they are a little bit preemie. I think they could have went a few more weeks. Now, these have been in flower since June 22nd. Okay? Like, they're auto flowers. They've been in flower since June 22nd. I was going to take them on the 20th, but most of Michigan got nailed with different various issues like septoria, blight, rust, things like that. I think I have blight. We've been treating it. Everyone's been treating it, but I think it started moving up into this plant too close. So instead of losing shit, like we say, it's about sacrifice sometimes to keep it, so we took it out. Most of this plant, though, this pheno is foxtaily on the outdoor, and we're just going to press it anyway. So see over there, we got the Dually Tech 800. Yeah, but they got some pretty fat nugs, though. But it's unfortunate they couldn't finish out. I would like to have gone to the 20th. But this pheno is super foxtaily on this one. And this was formerly Leia, right? This was formerly Leia, but we changed the name to Red Witch.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're making a switch from Star Wars to witchiness.
Yeah. So we have a whole Star Wars line.
We have a whole Star Wars just for you, Leo.
Hey,
Just for you. Leo be like, the first time I ever got high, that Leia kicked my ass.
Yeah. So
that baby Yoda shit put me to sleep.
Yeah, Grogu. Grogu. So, yeah, that was Leia. So I have a solo. Like I had to name them off one, right? I wanted Princess Leia because I have Chronic Skywalker, and that is the Force, right? The Force that's in them all, right? You follow me? Now, even when I'm talking when I was a kid, like 15, 16 years old, reading 420 magazine, I dreamed of making Star Wars strains like Korea. I always have dreamed of being a breeder. That's my little kid dream. So when I got here, started doing this, and I found this Chronic Skywalker, and it's just like it's the one. I'm telling you, it's the weed. Anybody that tries that, they're like, wow, that's some really different stuff. I really like that. So I put it in all of these different strains. We made Leia and Solo, and naturally, I bred those two together and made Kylo Ren. And Kylo, it's this motherfucker.
Kylo Ren, though.
It's the one.
We have now renamed it. It is not Kylo Ren anymore.
Now it's Pure 22.
It's called Pure 22. It is our signature strain on the farm. It is Find Your Balance, Smoke Pure 22, because it is truly a strain that you will balance. You will be able to be balanced in whatever way, shape, or form you need that. It seems to seamlessly work for almost any cannabinoid system that just gives you that. Wow. Weirdly.
People that like indicas, they'll come over and they'll want some indicas. So while I'm hooking up their prescriptions, I'm like, all right, well, here, smoke this real quick while I get your bag ready. And then I'm getting the bag ready, just talking. They're like 3 hits in there, like, wow, what is this? This hit me. I'm like, that's my sativa, baby.
Right? Right. So yeah, I think a trip to Michigan's in the future.
Right.
I'm a sativa.
Yeah, it's very strange
this
though.
This man is a creator he's a genius.
Third Eye, baby.
Third Eye strains.
Third Eye strains, and it's a auto flower. Now I have 2 different phenols, just like the Leia. I didn't know where the Kylo Ren auto came from because I have a photo line of it, right? I'm like, where's this auto flower coming from? So I took all my Leias that I had left. Like Leia so the Third Eye strains are literally all over the planet. Like there's only a couple countries that don't have one of my strains growing in them right now. Thailand's one of them. I was trying to get it there, but it's real strict there. And then the homie that's out in Thailand is actually coming and moving to Michigan. So I'm like, well, shit, we'll forget that.
No need.
So I took all my Leias and popped all my Leias, and they're out there growing right now. And then in that, we have the normal one that I always grow, and I'm telling you, this one is the one that is great for schizophrenia. Like, I breed for ailments. Getting high is cool. Everyone wants to get high, but like she's a cancer survivor. We have literal patients with all different kinds of issues. Mentally and physically, and that's what specifically I do. I breed for that, So Leia I had a patient that had schizophrenia and still has schizophrenia. And she went off her medicine, and Leia was the one, baby. She was like, oh, I'm a normal person. It's like, holy shit, the voices are gone. Now I'm not seeing shit. Like purple was purple. I was like, wow. I'll never forget that because that's it's the patient kind of thing. Everyone's brain chemistry is totally different. Like all 3 of you will have a different experience from marijuana in general experience, Yep. And so all the Leias are different, and then we got 2 autos, and the 2 different phenols are a little different. One's super hard and fat, and the other one's foxtaily. So we're gonna do one in a press and make the dabs with it, and the other one's gonna be for the smoking. The smokage. Yeah. And then we got to wait, of course. The other ones are photo period. So we have to wait for them to finish. And man, shit is late this year.
We'll be out here in November. This is my first year. Like, I've been a pot grower on the patio. Like that's me. That's been the last 2 years. And both have not come to fruition because of one thing or another. So this is my first year really growing. Talk about taking a deep dive into this shit.
Right.
I've got an insane number out here, which I'm learning from every day. He teaches me stuff every day, and it's amazing to see everything.
Introduce them to the dark side.
This is, if I'm right,
side.
Twisted OG.
This is the dark side, though. So I've been talking about this breeding project for a couple years. And I was able to find the phenos, the perfect phenos for the breeding project. And so, like I said, Chronic Skywalker made all the light side characters except Kylo Ren was, created by Solo Leia, of course. So I needed to make a dark side. I didn't want to just use Chronic Skywalker. I wanted to create something different than that. I don't want to be copied. This is what it is for so many copycat breeders out there. Everyone's got Gorilla Glue number 4, but who's going to have Pure 22? Who's going to have Twisted OG? We changed the name, of course, because it was going to be the dark side.
Twisted OG, but that is some fat leaves.
This was going to be used to create the dark side of the Force, right? And so this one is Chronic Skywalker times COVID-19.
Yes, he created a strain called COVID-19.
I had to. It was during the pandemic, and this plant was growing, and I bred it right in the beginning of the pandemic, like when it was like 2019. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about some stuff happening, but it wasn't for sure yet. And then during the pandemic in 2020, I was growing it, and I manifested the exactly what it was going to come out to be. And it was the symptoms of COVID when you smoked it, like exact symptoms of COVID, shortness of breath, coughing, you can't breathe, sweating and shit. And
sounds like a good fucking time to me.
Oh, great, dude. You smoke it, and I swear it's like no shit.
You get fucked up.
I manifested it, dude, because I never knew. I bred it and then grew it, and I was like, what should this one be called? And when it's growing, it smells like sweet candy. And then when you chop it down and dry it up, it turns into lime. It's a lime pheno. So I didn't know none of that about the lime yet until I cut it down. But when it was the sweet candy, and I was like, I was thinking all these sweet candy names, but then I was thinking of legalization federally and how literally things have to change. Like in Michigan, they just did a law changing thing today. I don't know how it went down, but it was all the way down Lansing to where, all the Nerds Rope shit's gone. All the gummy bears are gone. You can't have anything that's directed towards a child. If a child knows it at the candy store, you can't make that in cannabis. You cannot create that anymore in Michigan. That's what they're proposing. That's their proposal.
Lot of law proposals.
But that's very good, though.
Right.
And
it's getting better.
Yeah, and all these other names, you can't have anything that's commercialized. Like I can't just have like a cool can of Coke. You know what I'm saying? I can't like copy other ones. So that's what I'm thinking about it. Like Skittles had to change their name. So soon Cookies is going to go down. I guarantee it, unless they pay some kind of huge amount of money. But I just see the Star Wars things. People are going to come start suing. They want their cut. It's cannabis. It's cannabis, baby.
Cannabis.
Do you know how billions of dollars, as soon as it goes federally, all these companies are coming for their peanut butter cookies. You kidding me? All these different big time names and shit. Yeah, they're gonna come for their money. Jay Vikes in the house.
Well, like you said, cannabis is $1 billion industry. So for all you cannabis people in that $1 billion industry, we are looking for sponsors.
Hell yeah!
I'm just throwing that out there. It could be this live show. You can have an ad on. You could be in the comic book. The best part about the comic book and the movie is that's a gray area because it's not a magazine, so you can advertise in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And it's an adult rated comic book, so sorry to get the warnings on it.
I love it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was a huge shameless plug.
Yeah, it was.
because we're comic book makers and we put out a broadcast show with this awesome eye candy over here.
Yeah.
And
but
we're fucking poor.
But you need to be. You need to be showing people where to go, directing them how to get to where they need to be. Because that's what it is. Like you just said, it's $1 billion industry. I'm telling you, There are people out there just wait. They want to go, all right, you start this. Here's some money for you. I need this much in return. Hey, you start that one over there. Here's your money. I need that in return. Here's your money. You start. I need that in return. And then you're going to sit back like this, smoking weed, getting 50, 60,000 a month or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? From each individual process, while all of us are going, hell yeah, we're doing what we love to do. You know, we're living our dreams, you know, but those investors are out there. They're hungry. They are really out there waiting. They want
Just be careful. Just be fucking careful.
Very careful. Get them contracts, double dotted T's and I's, but yeah, they are there, man.
Right.
And if you don't speak up, they're not going to know who you are. That's the important thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So besides, you know, MichiGanjA MisFiTZ and the Grow Bigger Go Home show and Do You Know Your Grow show, what other shows you guys got going on out there that people can find?
Yeah, Amber, what kind of shows do we have? What kind of shows do you have? And what kind of shows are you? Where's your plans?
Well, no, don't tell me too many of your plans, because some of those might end up on the streaming TV aspect of things that we're doing.
Okay, so my name's Amber Lalanna, and I have a channel on YouTube called Hippie Witch, and I do a lot of different things on there. As you can see, I'm the quintessential witch over here. But I do definitely do witchy things. I believe in witchy things, and I am I'm a bit of a lazy witch, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like I'm doing rituals all the time.
It's a hippie witch.
Like, I am a hippie witch stoner. Like, full moon's coming. Like, hopefully I'm awake for it. Kind of thing.
Midnight net, full moon madness.
But yeah, I have that. I'm Amber Lalanna everywhere else. So there's my shameless plug right there. If you want to look me up and subscribe and like and all that good jazz. But, I have a lot of things coming on my channel. He has his channel, TwizTD RootZ, which he, has all kinds of amazing educational things on his channel as well. And we do have, of course, our website, Twin Flame Farms, which is, where we're at. And
is that in the show notes, Leo?
It is.
It is.
Yeah. And that we're all over there too. We just really haven't done a whole lot with that because, we're starting with our t-shirt stuff and we're doing all kinds of other things. Our plate is overfloweth right now. So you kind of catch us on all kinds of different platforms, doing all kinds of different things.
Yep.
As stoners, when we get there, we do it,
Right.
When we do.
We're a 2-man crew right now. All of our other homies live far and farther away.
Yeah, they do.
Do.
So
we got a Beavis though. We got a Beavis that lives close.
He's a good friend of ours that lives in town.
We do go around and do it like the MisFiTZ Mondays and Tumble the Misfit. We're
We do
trying to
Tumble
get a
the
game night together where we can do this, and we have all these games over here derived for stoners, and it's specifically kind of made for involvement like this. You guys don't need to control pieces or nothing like trying to get that together.
Yeah, that's something that we want to do on the MisFiTZ channel as a show as well. We need our peeps to come up and participate though. They get shy sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people get shy.
We got some shy people out there.
I was gonna say, man, you guys are killing it all over social media platforms.
Oh,
and then coming on the network and killing it on the network. We're gonna throw it out there to your viewers as well. If you got a kick-ass cannabis show and you want us to look at it, send it over, man, because you never know. You could be running on this platform as well.
That's right.
We do not discriminate, and there's no exclusives. If somebody's got another grow show and they have great tips too, if they
you're right. The more you can educate, the better off everybody is.
Exactly.
And that's not just cannabis shows. That's any type of show.
Yeah.
This network is always growing every single day. Every single day. We gain 2 or 3 people that want to get on the network, and we got to go through it. And then Leo really has the final decision on whether or not it ends up on the Dorkening, network. And if it doesn't mean it doesn't get spun over and maybe potentially put on the Hellfire side of things.
Absolutely.
You never know.
It's a lot of pieces in your network that a lot of outlets, which it's like conglomerated. Is that a word?
Yes.
Conglomerate.
Yeah.
Speaking of great
Tony.
shows and awesome people, man, shout out to Brain Jerk Entertainment.
Yes.
Because they're up and coming, man. They got picked up, I think, by some kind of production company.
It was really cool. It was live when they got the news. It was like the faces of like. It was amazing to see live when something like that happens to you. You know, you're like, I'm like, oh my God, babe, they're freaking out right now. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them.
But that's hard work.
Really cool.
That's hard work. Put in your time.
Yep.
You know,
hard work and dedication.
Yes.
And never give up. Have fun with it. Leo, you got another show tonight, don't you?
Yeah, I actually have 2.
Oh, you have 2?
Yeah, one's not live though.
Yeah.
We started recording another show on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we're running overtime.
Burning the candle.
wow.
I know. There's been some.
With cannabis.
What's that?
With cannabis.
Yeah, burn cannabis, not a candle.
You won't get those shows done if you burn cannabis. You'd be like, come on, guys. I mean, really?
It's 2:00. Can we get this going?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're doing there's a couple guys on I've been trying to get their show going, and so we alternate. So every Wednesday we record a show of mine and then a show of theirs. So it's it's all comic based. So
cool.
No, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Another fucking comic show. Just what we need.
Yeah, they all go hand in hand.
I'm just giving him crap because I can, and he you can see it in his eyes already. The rum and coke's kicking in.
Oh, it's past kicked in. Yeah. I finished it. It's yeah.
Oh, all right. So Leo, I know you got 2 more shows, so it is like way past. Do you think?
Okay. So make sure you check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which. But I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. Just about 40 shows on the network. A lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. And I urge you to definitely, check out MichiGanjA MisFiTZ. I have all the information in the show notes. And where do you guys like people interacting with you on social media?
Oh, you were gonna show us?
I'm always ready. Probably. Where do you want to see on social media? We're everywhere. I mean, I'm TwizTD RootZ. Normally, she's Amber Lalanna or Hippie Witch, but we have Facebooks, we have Instagrams. My Instagram.
We have pages. Crazy. I mean, really, it's just where we are most is YouTube.
Yeah,
we are on TwizTD RootZ YouTube. We are on Hippie Witch YouTube, and we are on MisFiTZ. MichiGanjA MisFiTZ.
You can always hit us up on our website, Twin Flame Farms with a Z at
.com.
Twin Flame Farms with a Z.com.
Awesome. And I got that in the show notes. Tony Toke says, nice Clerks poster. Thank you. It's actually signed by a couple of them. And I need to get Kevin Smith to sign it. That's my white whale. Jeffrey.
Like, hi.
Yeah, don't ever Google me. No, never. You can Google Leo. Although Leo Googled me and he found a cool picture, so maybe that'll work for you.
Yeah.
Go to stilltoken.com. You'll find out everything you need to know about us, or everything we want you to know about us, actually. All our social media will be there too. But, Talking with the Dead on Facebook. Keep, Still Token with, all that kind of good shit. And, if you get a chance, if you're in our area, again, I'm going to plug my fundraiser I'm doing on the 26th for a great cause. You can go to the Token with the Dead page, look under the events. And if you want to come on out, help support something that I'm trying to do. So appreciate that.
Benjamin.
Yeah, that's me.
Say ditto.
I don't know, man. He just was like, Mic drop. Done.
Yeah, boom.
So no, but like Jeff said, stilltoking.com is the best way to get a hold of us, I guess, or Facebook. We kind of listen to. We got a personal Facebooks too, you know. We did take last week off. We're happy to be back doing this again this week. Next week we got a killer show coming for you. We got Anson Williams. If you don't know who Anson Williams is, he was Potsy on Happy Days. So that ought to be a killer show. I'm telling you. We've got Hollywood producers coming on. We've got some Emmy Award-winning stunt actors coming on over the next few weeks. So, yeah, you're definitely going to want to pay attention. But to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can do what we do every day. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. Be safe.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget the hot sauce. Link in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Hot sauce.
Go buy our hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
For all you latecomers, we got hot sauce on the market now.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce. I told you things were going to get spicy.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Where's the damn button? Where's the damn button? How do I hit it?
Catch the fever.
Step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution. Come on, step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution.
This is love.